I want to move on to a deal that was reported in the Wall Street Journal yesterday as a possibility, and that is Cigna and Humana. Now, the Journal did not actually specify structure of any kind, but they did indicate a cash and stock transaction that many assume would involve Cigna being the larger of the two buying Humana. I've spoken to a number of large shareholders, at least a couple, and they are pushing back significantly on the idea that Cigna should do this deal, in part for a number of reasons. One, it trades at 10 times earnings versus the 16 times that Humana trades at. It would immediately be dilutive. The other being, if you own Cigna, you obviously think it's a cheap stock. You don't want them issuing a lot of what you believe are undervalued shares to get a deal done that is going to be dilutive. They also worry about the potential cash component of any transaction, in part because the rating agencies will get involved here, and so they would seem to be limited in terms of how much cash they can actually put into a deal before they get to sort of a limit where the rating agencies would downgrade them, perhaps as much as 46% debt to cap. That would get you maybe to a 325 and then 1.18 shares. That's speculation on the part of a risk arb. I don't want you to think that I'm hearing that from deal makers. I'm not hearing anything from the actual people behind this deal. What I am hearing is from Cigna shareholders who are saying, David Cordani, what are you thinking here? Why now? Not to mention a huge regulatory review that will come your way. It's not because of Medicare Advantage. They're probably easily able to divest that. It's because of the PBM business of both that there is an expectation this will get a very tough review, if not an actual court challenge from the antitrust regulators. And so the question for Mr. Cordani seems to be, you're going to buy this thing using your own stock that we think is undervalued for a dilutive deal that's going to require, 2 years of fights? And by the way, you went through this last time when you were in there for Humana originally, pulled back, and then you had Anthem, which you didn't complete, and Aetna obviously didn't complete its deal for Humana. Then you went ahead and bought Express Scripts, which everybody said was fine, although Carl Icahn had some issues there. So we're going to watch this closely. As you see, the response in the stock market has already been quite negative. And so you do wonder if you're a Humana shareholder taking this, what you're getting, and whether or not they're going to be able to put together a deal at a significant premium that you're going to want to deal with. Shareholders who are opposed have told me, listen, we're not just going to vote against, but we might even choose to work against in terms of the board and in terms of taking a shot at the board if we have to.
It's a travesty.
If Cigna and Cordani move ahead. I haven't heard from Cordani. I haven't heard from the deal makers. I'm just sharing at least the thoughts of a couple of these shareholders who have been in the name for a long time and know it quite well.
Mr. Broussard's retiring, the CEO.
From Humana, correct.
And I think he has a chance right now to clear the record and stop this lunacy. This is one of the most ill-advised deals I've ever heard.
So you think it's ill-advised on the Humana side?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because it's never going to be approved, and it's going to take the eye off a company that's trying so hard to do a good medical advantage. That's a hands-on company. This is when you're in this company, you're in a real hunt for customers, and you got to do everything. Right. And now you're going to spend all your time defending and then losing to Lena Khan. I have never embraced that woman's view. I hope she shuts this thing down in a nasty second.
There's a lot of shareholders don't want it to get to that point because, again, you're going to be, they're. By the way, the argument of some CI shareholders is fine. Have Humana buy Cigna, they'd say. Lever up. At least it'll be accretive right off the bat. Or have it be an MOE under which both companies, during the time that it will take to get the deal done, buy back a lot of their stock. So if, in fact, it does fall apart, at least you got two companies that have both been able to, take advantage of the year or years that have gone by. But
I use
not
Humana.
A great reception here.
No,
so
I
far
use Humana. I'm a Humana user.
Yeah.
And I happily am so thrilled to be able to pay more because of this deal. It's exactly what Pal wants, right? But don't we want to pay more as customers?
Well, again, it's not about Medicare Advantage because they have a small business at CI and they would likely sell it or divest it. Of course, the last time they tried to do that, remember, with Aetna had a bad divestiture partner when it was trying to get together with Humana, and that's why that deal didn't work.
Well, Mr. Broussard is going to see the light of day today, and he's going to take this one back. And I salute him for doing so in advance.
We have yet to hear from either company, Carl, in terms of saying anything about this report in the Journal yesterday.